John Winter's Supermarket Sleuth, talking to you once again from Auckland, and this week we're starting in the UK and we're starting with Aldi. The annual Which Satisfaction Survey has found Aldi to be the UK's top in-store supermarket. It's taken the crown from last year's winner Waitrose and held off competition from second place M&S. Meanwhile, it was not such welcome news for Ocado. It slipped down the online grocery rankings after shoppers struggled to get delivery shots during the pandemic. The results are based on a survey carried out by Which of more than 3,000 members of the public, asking them to rate their shopping experience in categories like in-store appearance and layout, quality of produce, availability of online delivery slots, and value for money. Despite a relatively weak trading performance in recent months, Aldi topped the in-store ranking after getting a 5-star rating for value for money and a 73% customer score overall. The discounter received mediocre ratings across other categories, including 2 stars for store layout and 3 stars for the quality of its products, but Which said that price was the most important consideration for customers when choosing where to shop. M&S maintained its high ratings of recent years and came second overall, after getting 5 stars for the performance and layout of its stores and the quality of its own label and fresh products. In joint third place were Lidl, Tesco and Waitrose. Much like its main rival, Aldi, Lidl did well when it came to value for money, being awarded 4-star ratings, but it failed to impress customers in other categories. Despite getting 5 stars for store layout and food quality, Waitrose was let down by its 2-star rating for value for money. And who was bottom? Co-op, as it failed to impress customers in key categories. It got just 1 star for value for money and 2 stars for its store layout and food quality. In the online supermarket survey, Ocado fell to joint 5th place alongside Waitrose and Morrisons. It struggled to meet demand when the pandemic hit, and in the end was forced to close its website and app, the latter for several months. As a result, the online specialist was given just 2-star ratings for the availability of delivery slots. It also got 2 stars for value for money, reflecting its regular appearance as the second most expensive supermarket after Waitrose in our monthly analysis. Sainsbury's was the highest scoring online supermarket with an overall customer score of 71% and a 4-star rating for the availability of delivery slots. Still on the subject of Aldi, it's removing 2 million pieces of throwaway plastic from its seasonal confectionery range. Part of this will be the supermarket giving some of its Easter eggs a square-shaped bottom, so they no longer need to be supported with inner plastic packaging, cutting out the need for plastic entirely. Yes, I know Easter eggs with square bottoms will seem odd, but it's in the interest of saving packaging. These are among the 6 Easter lines Aldi is altering to make them 100% plastic free. Other plastic saving changes include replacing plastic windows from the outer packaging of several products with compostable cellulose film made from wood fibres. Aldi will also launch a fully sustainable chocolate box with an insert made from recyclable potato skins. When taken together, the supermarket claims its changes will remove 29 tonnes, equivalent to 2 million pieces of plastic from its Easter range. The reduction of plastic in Aldi's Easter range follows on from the supermarket's removal of more than 5.5 million pieces of plastic last year, including changes to its Christmas range. The chain says it's on track to have all product packaging reusable, recyclable or compostable by the end of 2025. Staying with Aldi, it's launched a 1.3 billion digitalisation programme across its global business that could support a major push into the online grocery channel. A report by local trade publication Lebensmittel Zeitung says that Aldi Süd, which is the non-English speaking side of Aldi, which has about 10,000 stores in 20 countries, is rolling out a standard IT system across its network. This is believed will lay the groundwork for a more effective e-commerce operation. The global transformation project includes the creation of a uniform infrastructure for customer communication covering online channels and stores alike, and a standardized template for e-commerce. During increased demand for online grocery shopping during the pandemic, Aldi has been rolling out click and collect operations and delivery services using third-party companies like Deliveroo and Instacart in the UK and US. Despite this, Aldi has yet to launch its own full online grocery delivery service due to concerns around operating costs. Finally, with Aldi, Sainsbury's, it has been claimed, increased the prices of some products as part of its new pledge to match the cost of hundreds of everyday products sold by Aldi. According to trade publication The Grocer, 8 of the 250 Sainsbury's products actually went up in price when the campaign was launched. They were 7 own labels lines plus a bottle of Newcastle Brown Ale, which has been all consistently cheaper than comparative products at Aldi since November last year. The 2 biggest rises were on Sainsbury's own label budget courgettes, up by 40p to £2.30, and own label budget ice cream up from £1 to £1.19. The Grocer report said that Aldi had also noticed the increases in price, with the discounter claiming that Sainsbury's had raised the price on some lower tier own label products to match its higher tier ones. Sainsbury's is quoted as saying that the vast majority of prices have been reduced as part of the campaign. It added, and these are their words, "Product prices change all the time for a variety of reasons, but we're committed to delivering consistent value for customers." Now, Aldi isn't the only supermarket dealing with over-packaged Easter eggs. Waitrose has joined in. It's continuing its drive to do away with unnecessary packaging from its product range by almost halving the single-use plastic on all its own brand Easter eggs and confectionery. Its eggs being sold this season will contain nearly half, that's 44%, the amount of plastic and 18% less card. This means a quarter less packaging overall for the Easter confectionery range. Much of the packaging will also be made from recycled materials, and nearly all is recyclable. Moving on to online shopping, online sales accounted for 16% of the UK grocery market during January, the highest ever level after beating the last peak in June of 14%, and double what it was the same month last year as demand continued to rise during the latest lockdown. The data from Nielsen IQ shows online grocery sales jumped 121% to £1.4 billion over the 4 weeks ending 30 January, with a large part of this expenditure coming from new online shoppers who spent an equivalent of £770 million. As many as 1 in 3 of all British households shopped, that's 9.3 million, and 4.1 million of these shoppers were new to the channel. Now, what has the pandemic caused, among other things? It's changed the way people shop, perhaps permanently, and given frozen food sales a huge boost. This is according to the new frozen food report that reveals retail frozen food sales went up by £872 million in 2020, and the value of frozen food sold in UK stores is now worth £7.21 billion, after year-on-year growth of 13.8%. By comparison, the total grocery market grew 11.3% and fresh and chilled by 9.3%. The report, produced by British Frozen Food Federation, also found Generation Z, those born between 1997 and 2012, are 23% more likely to eat frozen food. Why? Because they're attracted by the convenience and flavour of the growing range of vegetarian and vegan products on offer. While the retail market saw massive growth last year as consumption patterns changed dramatically, hospitality suffered hugely due to lockdown. But while out-of-home spending dropped by £1 billion per week in 2020, takeaway sales shot up by 250%. Now, just a word on frozen food. A lot of people choose not to eat frozen food because they feel it doesn't taste as nice. But these days, the frozen food manufacturers have a fast freezing method which freezes the food very, very quickly. It doesn't take very long at all, so that keeps the goodness within the food, and the frozen food is really good, and it certainly is as good as, if not better than, the fresh, and there's no wastage, and it's easy. Just open it up, put it into cook, and you're finished. So I would recommend, if you're doubtful about frozen food, just trying it to see what you think. And of course you can keep it in the freezer for a long time, so there's no wastage at all. Right, now we zap around the world to Australia and to Coles, the second largest supermarket chain. It's experiencing success in its e-commerce strategies and proving to satisfy customers further. Sales revenue increased by 8.1% in comparison to the last period, to a total of 20.4 billion Australian dollars. Comparable sales show growth of 7.2% in supermarkets, 15.1% in liquor and 9.9% in express. And Coles has three groups: supermarkets, the liquor stores and the express, which are convenience stores. The company is also on track to deliver cost savings in excess of 250 million Australian dollars in the 2021 full year. Total e-commerce sales grew 48%, whilst B2C e-commerce sales grew 6.1% for the half, driven by a very strong growth in Victoria across click and collect and home delivery. Still with Coles, it's launched a new subscription-based service to reward customers while saving them time and money on their weekly shop. Says the retailer, the Coles Plus service is unlike anything currently available in Australia. It offers benefits to members on grocery to liquor purchases, click and collect and home delivery. It also has the same flat price no matter what day or time customers choose to shop. For just $19 Australian dollars a month, members will get several benefits. These include unlimited access to Coles' new Click and Collect Rapid, which allows customers to order and pick up their groceries in less than 90 minutes. That's pretty good. Coles Plus members can also access a priority customer care line, double Flybuys points on eligible Coles online purchases, free delivery to all Coles online orders over $100, and one free delivery per month for Liquorland online orders over $50. Looking at how well Coles has been doing, it's experiencing success in its e-commerce strategies and proving to satisfy customers further. In its latest financial report, Coles revenue increased by 8.1% in comparison to the last period, to a total of 20.4 billion Australian dollars. Comparable sales growth of 17.2% in supermarkets, 15.1% in liquor and 9.1% in express. The company is also on track to deliver cost savings in excess of 250 million Australian dollars in the 2021 full year. Strategic highlights from the company showed total e-commerce grew 48% for the half, driven by very strong growth in Victoria across click and collect and home delivery. Finally, Coles Group has warned of a significant moderation in supermarket sales going forward, as pandemic-fueled stockpiling is forecast to come to an end with the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines, sending shares sharply lower. Right, that's it for this week. And don't forget, you can catch up with me on Magic Talk on Saturday mornings at 10:45 in a program called Weekend Life, that's a New Zealand radio station. But if you can't tune into that, then go to my Supermarket Sleuth Facebook page and you can listen to a recording of that during the course of this weekend. So that's all for now. Have a good week, and I'll talk to you again next week.